Hello, everyone. Welcome to South Jersey Sports as we're here for the state semifinals as Haddon Heights will take on Rumson-Fairhaven. I'm Brian McLernan, joined by Kevin Schulz, and this is probably the biggest game that we're probably ever going to commentate, Schulz.
No doubt about it, especially this year when you're talking baseball. And, boy, Haddon Heights, we were just talking about that before, didn't win the conference. And they, as we'll take a break here to honor the girls' softball team.
If you bring up the crowd mic, Kevin, if we can elaborate, the girls' softball team here at Haddon Heights, I have to bring maybe that down a little bit now, the music. They just were they beat everyone. They were the South Jersey champs. Then they beat the Central Jersey team, became the state champs, and then they won the Tournament of Champs. So congratulations. Right now they're being honored at home plate for an outstanding accomplishment this season. I believe the first pitch, Kevin, is going to be thrown out by their pitcher, the freshman who led them the entire way.
Yeah, I know. At one point had 20 out of 21 strikeouts. And just a dominating performance all around, and also the first South Jersey team to win the Tournament of Champions in girls softball.
And the last, because they're not doing it anymore.
Yep. It's amazing. You would have thought along the way there's been some really good teams, some bigger schools, Group 4 schools, that somebody would have done that, but now it's a small Group 2 school in Haddon Heights.
So congratulations to the Lady Garnets, #1 team in the state of New Jersey. It's an awesome accomplishment for a Group 2 school. You see head coach right there, Coach Newell, give him a high five. All right, now we can continue on, Brian, with letting people know what we're seeing here today.
All right, so we're going to be seeing, again, Haddon Heights taking on Rumson-Fairhaven. Haddon Heights at 21-7. As I think I want to look at their journey that it took for them to get here, Schulz. First, they beat Haddonfield 2-1. They won in the bottom of the 7th as Wilson and Turner hit 2 hits each to get that 2-1 victory. Then they had to beat Barnegat 6-5. They won in the bottom of the 8th as Caden Bodine as well as
Rice had 3 hits.
Yeah, 3 hits each. And then they beat Manchester Township 13-3. Bodine and Harris had 3 hits each. John Costanzo with 4 hits and 8 strikeouts on the mound. Then finally, they had to beat Cedar Creek 4-3. And the last out was actually on a pass ball at the plate. The other Cedar Creek was trying to tie things up, but Haddon Heights able to get the defensive play at the plate.
That's amazing. 3 one-run games. And, talk about a team that's unlikely to be at this point. You can say that, but I guess you look at the fact that they had a very good record. They're a solid team, but they didn't win the conference. Audubon beat them in the conference and just found a way to do all the right things in these close games.
On the flip side, you're seeing Rumson-Fairhaven, the Bulldogs. What was their journey to this game?
They beat Carteret 12-0. Had a couple more lopsided scores here. Then a fairly close game against Bordentown, winning 4-2. And then Voorhees, they beat 12-4. But they also, in their championship game for their section, had a 4-3 win. So, no stranger to close games, no doubt about it.
I think it also shows that both teams they're still capable of scoring a lot of runs, because when you look at Haddon Heights, they blew out Manchester Township 13-3, and then Rumson-Fairhaven they beat Voorhees 12-4 and also beat Carteret 12-0. So you can see that both offenses can really get things going in some games.
We're going to do the featured player for each team, Kevin. Our first is the catcher for Haddon Heights, who's having a tremendous career.
Oh, no doubt about it. Caden Bodine has 46 hits this year. Is going to go to Coastal Carolina if he's not drafted high. Then there's the decision there to decide whether you want to go pro or go to college. So it's a great situation to be in. And he's the real deal. I know, Tad, obviously a coach at Sterling. You've seen him a lot. I've seen him in some of the games. And when you see him out in the field, you know you're looking at a kid that's on another level. He just has an incredible arm. The ball really comes off his bat. You know, it's just,
Yeah,
again, and he's a switch hitter also.
Yeah, Bodine, when you look at his average, he hit .517 with a .787 slugging. Had 4 home runs, 32 singles, 8 doubles, and 2 triples. Just in 89 plate appearances.
We'll pause for a second for our national anthem. And Kevin, while we're back here, we talked about Haddon Hts featured player. We're going to call our starting pitcher for Rumson-Fairhaven our player of the game coming up.
Tad, you can look at the stat sheet, and it really has everything you need to know right there in John Goodays. He's a junior, big kid. We saw him out here. Definitely has a body that you could see going at least to a bigger college or maybe even possibly a draft pick. You never know. But he has 41 innings pitched. He leads the team in innings pitched and has a 1.18 ERA.
Wow.
Now, he's not one of those 2 strikeout an inning guys. He has probably a strikeout an inning, so he's not overpowering, but seems like a guy that can really have good command and to have that ERA. I'm sure he keeps the ball down.
All right, Brian, let's give us the offense now. Who's going to hit today for Rumson-Fairhaven?
All right, so leading off for Rumson-Fairhaven, it's number 13, Reese Maroney. He'll be playing third base today. Batting second, number 16, Charlie Tallman at shortstop. Then batting third, number 23, Brian Doherty. He'll be playing center field. Then batting fourth, 19, Matt Rigby. He'll be playing first. Batting fifth, number 6, Owen Kenny. He'll be behind the plate. Then batting sixth, number 41, Johnny Bruno. He'll be playing in left field. Batting seventh, number 3, Liam Murphy, playing in right. Then number 8 is Spencer Hobson. He'll be the DH today. And finally, number 9, Aaron Deltin. He'll be playing second base.
Now let's take a look at the defense for the Haddon Hts Garnets.
For the Haddon Hts Garnets, we have John DiCostanzo on the mound. Caden Bodine behind the plate. Timmy Schell will be at first. Second base, Drew Harris. Shortstop, Jake Grease. And third is Jack Turner. Left field is Drew Costello. Center field, Connor Wilson. And right, Vincent Nasuti.
And we talked about Caden Bodine, obviously leading the offense, but also you've got Jack Grease, had 50 hits this year. Only a sophomore. He's their shortstop, so he's another guy that's really had an outstanding year.
That's it out there towards right, fairly deep, and a nice jumping catch for the first out.
Wow, very fortunate with Hts there. First pitch swinging, Kevin, opposite way. The right fielder did a real nice job to hang with that one.
Yeah, almost lost it there for a little bit, but did a good job recovering.
Vincent Nasuti making a nice jumping catch out there in right.
Nasuti, a junior.
Got to like it being aggressive early.
That was a good swing. He went with the pitch. It was the outside pitch. Didn't try to pull it.
Tell you what, it is rather hot today. It's about 88. There is a breeze blowing. Kicks about 15 miles an hour towards us in center.
I believe the humidity is around 93 degrees.
It's hot.
And the pitch.
Charlie Talman here.
That's it out towards center field. Catch is made for the second out by Connor Wilson.
And you really got a sense of the wind there. That looked like initially a routine fly, but he was about 30 feet from our outfield fence here.
And we can really feel it just blowing in our faces. So, you know, that all points to pitchers really having to keep the ball down. Get the ground ball outs. Don't let them get the ball in the air.
So here's Brian Doherty at the plate. First pitch a bit outside.
And to that point, you know, the couple times, and Tad, I know you've seen him, Costanza is one of those guys who does do a nice job of keeping the ball down normally.
That's a real nice off-speed pitch and great control.
Yep.
Here's the 1-1. Bit high.
I believe he no-hit Sterling his freshman year.
He did. The other thing I like about him, his pacing. Catch and throw, keeps everyone in the game.
And a nice jumping grab at second base to retire the side. So a 1-2-3 top half of the first. We'll go to the bottom of the first. We will silence our mics and go back and come back when action resumes. All right, so we are back. Here is the starting lineup for Haddon Heights. Leading off is number 11, Jake Grease, who's at shortstop. Batting second is number 9, John D. Costanzo, who's on the mound today. Batting third is number 24, Caden Bodine, behind the plate. Batting fourth is number 2, Drew Harris, who's playing second base. Batting fifth is number 7, Drew Costello, in left. Batting sixth is number 12, Jack Turner, playing third. Batting seventh is number 10, Connor Wilson, playing in center. Batting eighth, number 21, Timmy Shell, who's playing first. And finally, batting ninth is Vincent Nasuti, playing right. And the defensive lineup here for Rumson-Fairhaven. On the mound is John Goodis. Behind the plate, Owen Kenny. At first is Matt Rigby. At second, Aaron Deltin. At short, Charlie Tallman. At third, Reese Maroney. And in left, we have Johnny Bruno. In center, Brian Doherty. And in right, Liam Murphy.
And as Kevin mentioned, some gaudy stats for our pitcher for the Bulldogs tonight. And he's got some real nice size to him.
Doesn't look in the warm-ups, doesn't look overpowering as his stats would indicate. Usually, sometimes you see these kids that have the 90-plus mile-an-hour fastballs or in the low 90s, sitting in the low 90s, they can get up to a couple strikeouts an inning, but he's really a strikeout an inning guy, and obviously must, like D. Costanza, have real good command.
Here's Jake Grease. Sends that one out towards third. Throw to first is in time. So first pitch swinging leads to the first out here in the bottom of the first.
Again, both teams coming out aggressive, knowing the pitcher wants to get ahead, going after fastballs to get it started. Getting some nice defensive plays.
And sometimes against real good pitchers, that's your best opportunity to get a pitch out over the plate that you can hit.
Get them early.
It's all about, good pitchers get ahead of you. It makes it very difficult.
Here's the 1-0, a bit high.
And you were saying, what was the ERA of this pitcher again, Kevin?
I believe 1.18. So definitely does not give up a lot of runs. Looks like he's got a fastball. And Tad, you can see this. That kind of goes away. I don't know. Would that be a two-seamer?
Yep.
Here's the 2-1. 3-1 now. Looks like he's trying to elevate that fastball a little bit. All three of the balls he's thrown have been nearly in the exact same spot. That was
a foul there.
Foul.
Again, real good, consistent away movement against the left-hander.
That's tough, and you have to take that the other way.
Yep.
Counts full. for D. Costanza. And the pitch. That's drilled out towards left field, and it is caught out there in left for the second out. A
Well,
nice
that's
play
just
coming in on it.
Yeah, a textbook way of handling that. You see the shortstop, Grease, really was on his horse going back, and then you just saw the left fielder come in.
It was a nice play
And
by
that was
Johnny
Drew
Bruno.
Costella in left field, I believe. Correct me if
Johnny
I'm wrong.
Bruno.
Johnny Bruno. Johnny Bruno coming in and calling off Grease.
And here's our featured player for Haddon Heights.
Bodine, a switch hitter, saying he's, what we've heard, one of the top high school catching prospects in the country.
Again, he hits .517, and that's drilled out to deep left. That'll go foul.
Say that average again, please.
He bats .517 with a .787 slugging.
And there you get a glimpse of a kid that plays at that level and the way the ball just jumps off his bat.
And that's up the middle. Into center field, a base hit. So Caden Bodine able to get the first knock of the day.
And what a good piece of hitting. Not only a talented kid, but knows how to hit. Got the inside pitch, turned on it, then they go away. And that was not a bad pitcher's pitch right there. In the outer part of the plate, just, you'll see a lot of kids who after they drive a ball initially will top a ball and hit a soft ground ball to first or second base, but he just hit it where it was pitched and he got himself on base.
So Drew Harris takes a pitch inside.
Drew Harris is another man having a heck of a season.
Harris hitting .395 with a .651 slugging. Swing and a miss.
And Harris also doing a good job on the mound. 35 innings pitched, has a 2.75 ERA. Harris only a junior. So I hate to say it, guys, as I'm around Sterling coaches, these guys are going to be around for a little bit. Between Grice, the sophomore, Harris, the junior. We'll take a look down the lineup. See who else we have here.
It's amazing you get this far with a decent amount of underclassmen, but they have had some clutch hits and clutch plays from the underclassmen throughout this streak.
I'm sorry, Harris is a sophomore. Yeah. Mr. Farr thanking me back there for clarifying that. You'll have him for next year and the year after to go against.
Again, we're in the bottom of the first inning, no score.
Runner at first here for Haddon Heights. That's out there to third. That'll go foul. So Drew Harris still battling at the plate. That one also hit foul the opposite way.
This is a real good at bat by a younger player against a very good pitcher in Goodis.
Yeah, he's definitely getting a pitch count going here. Tell you, I really like the hitting Heights.
Here's the pitch, and that's going to hit him. And Harris will take first base. So that'll be runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the first.
Really shaking this one off. I don't know if that hit him in the, like might have hit him in the hand or elbow or hand.
Got him pretty good there. That was a direct hit. So again, if you're just tuning in, this is the state semifinal game, Haddon Heights, Rumson-Fairhaven. We're in the bottom of the first inning. This game is at Haddon Heights. 2 runners on here in the bottom of the first inning. No score.
Drew Costello coming up to the plate for Heights after Harris was drilled on the pitch by John Goodis.
Now, so you want to be very careful, go through every precaution here. You know Harris wants to stay in, fight it off as best he can. Does the pitcher come in to say something?
You want to take advantage of this because a lot of times with very good pitchers, if you want to get on them, you want to get on them early because once they get into the rhythm, and you can see Goodis right now doesn't have that real, I don't think, have that real good command that he probably has had throughout the season, probably a little bit nervous, but they're the kind of guys that once they get into a groove, they can reel off, consecutive outs, and before you know it, it's the fifth inning, and you're not getting any base runners.
I would say with a guy that has a 1.18 ERA, as you said, I would say the majority of it is nerves because this is a big game. It's probably the biggest game that Goodis has ever pitched in, and yeah, hopefully he can, at least for him, bring that command back that he's had, and hopefully get out of this jam that they're in early.
And give credit to the Haddon Heights hitters. You saw Drew Harris and even Bodine fell off some pitches. They're making him work. And even if he does get in that groove, you're taking advantage of the opportunity to get the pitch count up early, as Mr. K had mentioned. And then that could be the difference between getting him out of the game and maybe the sixth inning when you get to one of their lesser pitchers.
We're at that point now where you're almost going to have to make a decision. Is he staying or is he going? In high school, you have the advantage to re-enter it later if you choose to. Unlike National and American League, where once you're out, you're out. This is longer than I think you want if you're Haddon Heights right now.
Yeah. And he doesn't want to come out of this game.
No way.
I'm sure he's fighting the coaches here.
Oh, no, if you're the coach, you want him to stay in too.
Yeah.
But then,
Or
obviously the kid's health.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see. I don't know. I hate to speculate. Right now, it's not looking good from here. We're 300. He might be coming out.
Yeah, it looks like he's going back to the dugout.
That's the last thing you want to see today.
So a tough scene here early is Drew Harris.
Now we got to figure out who they're going to send out in his spot. Maybe if you turn up this crowd mic, we might be able to hear. We can't see who it is. All right, here we go. Who do we have here, guys?
So that is, let's see.
Hold on, let me look.
Got your binoculars?
Looks like Luke Russell.
Look, it's number 6.
Luke Russell.
All right, now again, we'll see if
Coming in to
Russell will
pinch
stay in or if he's just going to run. Again, you could let Harris sit on the bench and re-enter him throughout the game, but once you re-enter, then that's it. All right, so again, if you're just tuning in, it's the bottom of the first, 2 runners on, 2 outs. We have no score.
Drew Costello coming up to the plate. And that first pitch down in the dirt.
And that's almost expected by the pitcher. He just had a long wait. I think he may have had 2 warm-up pitches in between.
So here is the 1-0 from Goodis. Swing and a miss.
Drew Costello, another sophomore. He's the
Here's the 1-1. And a bit high, so
yeah,
that'll
just
make
a
it
little
2-1.
bit. Good job by Costello laying off that one.
These Haddon guys have had a pretty good eye at the plate so far as Goodis steps off for a moment. So that pitch in there, first strike. So that'll lead up the count at 2-2.
And that's a real good pitcher's pitch. Sometimes you get in that situation, you want to throw a strike, want to throw a strike. It tells you how good of a pitcher is. Not only did he throw the strike, but he located it, made a good spot there. Had a good spot with that pitch.
That's it out towards left.
Towards right there. There he is.
That catch is made by Murphy to retire the side. So we'll go to the top of the second as Fairhaven able to get out of the jam. We're still scoreless after 1. All right, everyone, welcome back. We are here in the top of the second, and if you are just tuning in, Drew Harris drilled by a pitch back in the bottom of the first. He's being substituted in as we have Nolan Latchell, the new second baseman for Haddon Heights, just a freshman and fairly new.
How'd you like that? You're a freshman sitting on the bench, and all of a
Wow.
sudden you're in the second inning of the state semifinal.
I'm sure that's probably not something he was expecting
No.
going into today.
That's where you count on the leaders of the team, just calming them down and trying your best to get them to take it like any other game. But easier said than done.
So we have Matt Rigby leading off for Rumson-Fairhaven. First pitch outside. 1-0. Here's the 1-0 in the dirt.
Sun not a factor yet, but eventually the sun's going to drop down lower behind home plate and becomes a problem for outfielders.
Yeah. And that's where it's a huge advantage for Haddon Heights because this is such a unique field in that way, and these kids know how to handle it.
So that pitch fouled off his foot.
And the Bulldogs, I was talking to their coaches for the game, they just got a turf surface, so their entire field is turf. So they're used to playing on what would be a quick infield, like this this skin infield.
So time's called. We were talking about at the break, John Costanzo, he had a fairly quick top half of the first. So we'll see how he looks at it here. Here's the 2-2. That one's hit out towards left. And a nice catch by the shortstop there for the first out.
Jacob Grease.
Jake Grease.
One thing that stands out about him, and I saw this on the ball that went down the left field line that ultimately Bruno caught, but boy, he's really got that quick drop step and goes back in a hurry. And on that one, kind of turned and ran and then kind of picked the ball back up and was able to make a real nice catch going back. Again, only a sophomore, something that's even more impressive when you see a play like that.
Here's the 0-1. That's inside. Owen Kennedy up to the plate. The 1-1 in there for a strike. Here's the 1-2.
You look at the play right there by Grease, and then there was another one where I talked about it, where Grease went back, Bruno came up, made the play. They seem like little things, but to me, the difference between teams advancing and getting to this level and not are making those types of plays. And to that point, you see that's probably one of the reasons why they're winning a lot of these tight games.
Right now your pitcher's having a lot of problems getting his curveball over. He's not getting on top of the ball. He's kind of bringing it off the side. He's not getting it where he needs it to go on the plate. Everything's staying outside.
Definitely doesn't have the normal command that we've seen him have in past outings.
Here's the 3-2. And a called strike 3. First strikeout for D. Costanzo. And there's 2 away.
Well, both pitchers, even though they're struggling a little bit with their command, they're coming up with big pitches at key times early on here.
Here's Johnny Bruno. First pitch is high, 1-0. So 2 outs here in the top half of the second. Nobody on for Fairhaven.
Got the curve on that one.
That's a real nice backdoor.
Yeah, you can't hit that. You can see he's really struggling with the release of that. Out in front, they say to over your top foot, your front foot that lands.
pitch. That'll be high.
And it's hard because a lot of times as a pitching coach, you're going to say, hey, settle down, settle down. But he throws like I do, Kevin. He wants to catch it and go, catch it and go. He's just got to find his own rhythm.
Here's the 3-1. That's out there to second and past second baseman into right center field. So the first base hit of the day for Fairhaven belongs to Johnny Bruno.
And go ahead, Kevin.
And to add to what you said, and you know this better than anybody, that the real good pitchers, you could talk to them all you want, but to what you said, they know what they need to do. They have little things that they can do to correct themselves. And I think you remember Donovan Casey seemed to me to be that type of pitcher when he pitched for us way back in the about 6 or 7 years ago.
Swing and a miss.
Boy, a long look at the signs there.
Here's Liam Murphy.
I'll tell you what, they definitely know about Bodine and catching and having an extremely strong arm, so don't count on too many base stealing attempts today.
Yeah, we were talking to some people before the game, and they said that he had a pickoff throw to second base, didn't get the kid, but almost got him. And after that, the team had, it was such an impressive throw, the team had like a 1.5 leads the rest of the game. So it just shows you how a kid like that can impact the game in many different ways.
And a called strike 3, and that will retire the side. So Haddon Heights leaves a runner on. Fairhaven leaves a runner on. As we'll go to the bottom half of the second, still no score.
You can bring it down a little bit more. We're still on.
Hello, everyone. We are back here in the bottom half of the second. Still no score here at Haddon Heights as they take on Rumson-Fairhaven. Each team with just 1 hit apiece.
It'll be interesting to see how Goodies comes out in this second inning from a command standpoint. You know, even we said DeCostanza didn't seem to have his normal command even in that second inning, but just like Goodies, found a way to come up with a good pitch at the right time. And you saw that with DeCostanza having that look like a breaking ball back toward the hitter for a called third strike to end that top of the second inning.
So Jack Turner leads off here for Fairhaven. Here's the 0-1.
This is Heights here, number 12.
Whoops.
It's tough out here in center. Everything's backwards.
That pitch a little bit up and away to Turner.
Turner, the junior third baseman.
So it's a 3-1 count to Turner. Here's the 3-1 from Goodis. That's hit out towards first. And the throw is in time. Sorry, that was out to second. Tough angle for me out here in center.
Yeah, everything's backwards. We're doing the best we can. Just if you look behind home plate, it's just too much fence, We thought
Yeah.
about the one dugout at third, but you're just too close. You can't see it. It's just too close. So this was our best
Tougher
spot.
than you think.
It really is.
Because I know we did the game at West Deptford with Brian behind the plate, and it was definitely a lot easier.
So that's out towards center. Catches May for the second out.
Well, this, for Goodis, this shapes up to be the type of inning he needed, because we talked about his pitch count being up there a little bit higher than you'd like in that first inning, and he's looking to have a pretty quick inning here.
Already 2 quick outs. That first pitch is high to Timmy Shell.
A lot of times the coach will give you a take, too, to get a couple more pitches in.
Yeah.
It's in there for a strike.
I want to thank Mr. Shell. He's the one that got us out here today, his father.
Yep. Helped us with the cords.
Got us the scaffolding that I am standing on.
Yeah. Don't move your feet, and before you move your feet, look down.
I'm trying not to. I have just enough to stand with the camera.
I
We're
know if I
trying.
see the camera going straight up in the air,
We got a problem.
we've got a problem.
We don't want to be sending you to the
And I'll
hospital.
hear
No.
a thump.
We will continue on with the broadcast.
Just keep going.
Keep it going.
And a swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that will end the inning. So we'll go to the top half of the third. Still no score here at Haddon Heights. Hello everyone, welcome back. We are here at Haddon Heights as they take on Rumson-Fairhaven. Still no score as we enter the top half of the third.
Shaping up to be one of those games, as you see a lot when you get to this level against two really good teams, where the difference could be, a heads-up base running move, taking that extra base when you can, and in the defensive end, maybe an error. So, when you're running these bases, you've got to make sure you take advantage of every opportunity.
That's out to third and foul. As Spencer Hobson now with an 0-2 count.
Got to be careful of the curve to a right-hand batter.
And a swing and a miss. Third strikeout for John DiCostanzo.
I like how, and I know, Mr. K, you always preach this, went inside, hitter got in front of it, pulled it, then it looked like he went with a nice two-seamer going away on the hitter for the out.
Very well done.
Here's Aaron Deltin. That first pitch is in there for a strike.
He just can't get on top of that curve enough. So he keeps trying with his arm. He's got to feel it Land your front foot. Let go of it in front of that front foot.
A swing and a miss.
Hey, what? He's blown a couple by, a couple of these hitters.
Here's the pitch to Deltin. Just a bit outside.
And I guess that's a good mark of a pitcher where you're maybe the best thing you have going for you is getting on top of that curve, as you're saying, okay? But then he's kind of changing speeds and getting him out there. There, he kept it down.
Another strikeout for DeCostanzo. That's his fourth, his third straight.
It's hard to score if you can't put it in play.
Yeah. And that pitch he really kept down.
So back here to the top of the order, Reese Maroney. He's 0 for 1 today. Takes a pitch there on the inside corner for a strike.
That's a tough one. That was more of a slider as it went in on the hands.
Yeah.
That's hit out towards left in for a base hit. So Reese Maroney keeps this half inning alive with a 2-out knock.
Maroney got one out over the plate and took full advantage of it.
Normally, this might be a good time to try and steal a base, but I'm not trying it with Bodine behind the plate.
Well, there's your, that's again how he affects the game.
So Charlie
like a Division
Tolman.
I and only a Division I pro prospect only would.
It's basically on the pitcher just to keep them reasonably close. He'll take care of the rest.
And Tolman sends that one out. That's fairly deep out towards center, and that one is gone. Solo shot for Charlie Tolman. Oh, 2-run shot for Charlie Tolman, as that will give Rumson-Fairhaven a 2-0 lead.
Tolman got all that one. That's his third home run of the season. He's a kid that's coming in hitting .395, and boy, he was amped up running around the bases. And it's a shot out here, Brian, and he just got all that.
You know, we got up close and personal with our center fielder, gave it everything he can, but that was well out of his reach here, Kevin.
Yeah, and you saw in the previous pitch, and kind of like to what happened with that pitch with Maroney, he got too much of the plate, and obviously got too much of the plate on that one, and Tolman, he just drilled it.
And this is a park you can hit the ball out of. It's 358 to left center field. That goes foul. What was it to center, Kevin? 370?
370.
So, you know, compare that to Citizens Bank Park in Philly. It's 408 to center.
Yeah.
But he got a pretty
Still a good shot.
Yes, it was.
So if you're just joining us, Charlie Tolman gave Rumson-Fairhaven a 2-0 lead thanks to a 2-run bomb out to center field. That's it out there to third. Fielded cleanly. The throw to first is not in time, as it looks like he came off the bag there at first.
Tried to stretch, and yeah, the throw was just a little bit over to the left. Might have stretched before you want to stretch into that throw when it throws midway. Sometimes if you stretch a little bit early, you get in position where you can't jump and get to that throw.
It's one of those do or die plays for the third baseman who just has to let it go, and you do your best. If it's not on the bag, at least you didn't get an extra bag.
Yeah.
And there for a strike to Matt Rigby.
Again, a good job just getting to that ball, because, like you said, he had to unload it in a hurry, and had he not gotten to it at first, it would have gone down that right field line.
That's a great pitch there.
So DeCostanzo, he started off the inning with 2 strikeouts, and then
Ump called time.
yeah, the ump calls time there. After the 2 strikeouts, 3 straight hits. As Fairhaven looks to have found their groove here in the 3rd.
There he goes.
Runner goes. That's out towards short and through the gap between short and 3rd for a knock. So that'll put runners on 1st and 2nd, still with 2 away.
I was looking forward to a throw possibly at second base, but got it in the hole. Well done.
Yeah, it looks like they had a hit and run going there.
I think if you're Heights now, you got to stop it right here. Can't afford another run. Just mentally early on. Still got a lot of game left, though.
Yeah, especially when you're going against a good pitcher like Good is, and who seems to have gotten into his rhythm in that 2nd inning.
There for a strike.
If he can keep that pitch off the plate and on the corner, that's the one that's tough to hit. You don't want it coming into the heart of the plate, though.
That pitch outside from DiCostanzo. So runners on 1st and 2nd, 2 outs. A couple runs have already scored in this inning. That one gets by the catcher Bodine, but no advancements from either runner.
This backstop is pretty close behind home plate, and even against a regular catcher, it's tough, let alone Bodine. I don't think you're giving it a go.
So here's a 2-1 count to Owen Kennedy. Sends that one out towards right. That'll go foul.
Yeah, the key is right now to stop the bleeding here, because you just cannot fall that far behind against not only good teams, but we're saying good pitchers.
So far, 4 hits in this inning for Fairhaven, including that 2-run home run from Charlie Tallman.
And they're really making DiCostanzo throw strikes, not swinging at anything outside the zone, really making them work out there. Real good at bats.
Time is called.
Again, we talked about defense, making the right plays, having good at bats, taking the extra base, all little things that you really need when you get to this level.
And a swing and a miss. And that will finally retire the side. So we'll go to the bottom half of the 3rd. However, damage has been done as Fairhaven takes a 2-0 lead. We'll be back shortly. Hello everyone, welcome back. We are here in the bottom half of the 3rd as Rumson-Fairhaven has a 2-0 lead against Haddon Heights. And as you look at that man right there, number 16, Charlie Tallman hit that 2-run home run that gave Rumson-Fairhaven the 2-0 lead, as they had done a lot of damage in that top 3rd inning.
Yeah, just you saw DiCostanzo found too much of the plate, and against a kid like this, coming in at 395 this year. It's 34 hits. Yeah, he just teed off on that. And give credit to Maroney. Prior to that, in the at-bat, he got them going, getting on base with a single to left.
And after 2 strikeouts as well.
Yeah. And couple that with the fact that Goodes looks like he's kind of finding his way now after a rougher first inning, had probably close to 20 pitches, had a quick second inning. Now you've got the momentum of your team getting you a lead here as he gets to the 3rd inning.
Swing and a miss by Vincent Nasuti.
And there's that. We saw that. We talked about that movement against the left-handed hitter, fade away, make it tough. There he uses that movement, the two-seamer, going in on the hands in Nasuti.
Up the middle, out towards second. And the throw is
In time.
Just got him there at first for the first out.
And you saw him go in on the hands, then low and away, and he gets that ground ball. Just a good job by your pitcher. Really starting to get the good command going.
So this will bring us back to the top of the lineup as Jake Grease is up to the plate. He's 0 for 1, flew out in his last at bat. So far, only 1 hit from this Haddon Heights squad.
It's amazing, too. I don't know how much change in what Harris's update's been, but it's been awfully quiet since Harris got hit and, for now, out of the game.
Yeah.
We'll see if he makes his way back into the lineup. There's a swing and a miss from Jake Grease.
And we've seen pitches with a lot of movement. That was one that was just pure smoke. That was the fastball right there. But located very well.
Yeah, on that outside part.
Pitch a bit high and inside. And as you look at it here, John Goodes, he's forcing a lot of contact outs for the most part, except the strikeout to Timmy Shell. It's mostly ground outs or fly outs. Except right there, as he gets his 2nd strikeout.
And really mixing things up. You know, you thought there, his pattern has been, goes up and in. You think he's going to go low and away, but goes up and in 2 straight times. So he's really, you know, not falling any, he's not being predictable out there.
Here's D. Costanzo.
What's that? Oh.
Went to appeal, but no swing.
So D. Costanzo also 0 for 1 today. Outside again, 2-0.
The positioning, the outfielders now are moving the opposite way. They just slid them over.
And that's going to be sent foul.
A lot of that has to do with the way you're going to work the batter. If you're going to pitch him away, you better play him away.
Get out there towards first. That'll go foul. So D. Costanzo trying to work John Goodes.
Tell you what, this could be a big batter because you don't want Bodine batting with anyone on base.
That's hit opposite way into left field, a base hit. So a knock right there for D. Costanzo will bring up Caden Bodine.
And that's the type of good at-bat that can get a rally going. Fouled off a couple pitches, and that one, yeah, that's the pitch that the left-handers are having trouble with it going away from the two-seamer from Goodes. And D. Costanzo went with it, hit the ball the other way. Just a great at-bat by D. Costanzo.
Looks like we're going to get a runner here, guys.
We get a pinch runner. That is number 8. He is
All right, and you know what? They've done what I think you should do in this situation. They are going to intentionally walk Bodine.
No doubt, no doubt.
Even with the runner on first, because he's one swing away from tying this game. And plus the fact this should not be Harris, right? This will be the freshman batting.
Yep.
That's what made it even more of an
obvious
obvious
no-brainer.
move. Yeah.
No-brainer.
First at bat. I know what kind of stats we have here, Brian.
So we have Nolan Latchell. He does not have any hitting stats, so it looks like this is his first plate appearance.
Wow.
It looks like he's pinch ran once, and he does have a stolen base, but that's all I have.
First, we're getting into this, too, with Harris being out. You have no protection for Bodine now, and you're asking a freshman to try and pick up the slack. That's asking a lot. And there's you can see that right there. He's probably not used to seeing a curveball like that.
So you have Adam Stevens at second, Bodine at first.
Well, he's going to get a pitch to hit here.
This is a big spot, especially being down by 2 runs here in the bottom half of the third.
High,
And I
high
believe that
inside.
hit the umpire.
This is
Hopefully he's
where if I'm the
okay.
catcher, I'm going to go out to the pitcher and talk to him and say, hey, we got a freshman coming in the game, and go right at him. Nothing fancy, just go right at him, go after him.
Yeah, I'd also be like, you see how he reacted to that curveball? What do you think about that curveball again?
True, yeah. I mean, but it's just you can't afford to walk
Yep.
him here. Looks like they're getting together on the mound.
It kind of is how well you know your pitcher. If I know my pitcher and I got confidence in his curve, I'm doing curve here. But Kevin, like you said, freshman, first-time hitter as far as we can tell here by the stats. Go get him.
Yeah. Not as likely to make you pay for one out over the plate as a Bodine obviously would, or a Grace. You know, kids who've really roughed up a lot of pitchers throughout the year.
Brian, for people who are just tuning in, why don't you update them where we are and how we got here?
All right, so right now we have a 2-0 lead for Rumson-Fairhaven as Charlie Tallman sent one out of the ballpark to make it a 2-0 lead. So far, pretty much a pitcher's duel until that 2-run home run, as Rumson-Fairhaven with 5 hits in this ball game, as well as those 2 runs. And for Haddon Hts, 2 hits, no runs for them so far, but with 2 base runners. And with a freshman up to the plate after Drew Harris had to come out of this game.
Kevin, this is the kind of thing at a bat later in the game. You never know. It's how many times have we done games in many sports, and it's the guy you never talk about?
Well, they were saying, we talked to some people before the game, they said, you know, part of this run, obviously the stars have done well, but also guys in the lower part of the lineup that you wouldn't think would chip in. And obviously here, this is an opportunity for a freshman.
Nice at
And
bat.
that's a walk.
Yeah, that's,
Terrific at bat there by the freshman.
yep.
Well, now you're a hit away from possibly tying the game. So we'll see what we get out of this young man.
Here's Drew Costello.
Another sophomore here, but he's obviously played the whole year.
He's 0 for 1 with a fly out.
Goody's really starting to have command issues now.
Got bases loaded, 2 outs. Big at bat here for both teams. That's it out there towards right. And it's a fair ball. 1 run will score and make that 2. It's a 2-run double, and we are tied here in the bottom half of the third.
Well, that's just a great job of Costello going with that pitch on the outer part of the plate, driving it to right field, and Heights is right back in this one.
Still, and looking for more.
And looking for more. All this being done with 2 outs.
Goodis looks real frustrated out there too. You know, and you know, it appeared he had a real good second inning, like he was going to get in a groove, get in a rhythm. But give credit to Haddon Heights, just doing what they had to do to get on base, and
they got the leading
scrapping
runner at
claw.
third too. First one foul to Jack Turner, who grounded out in his first at bat.
It's easy to say, but hard to do. But go with the pitch. It was a pitch away. He took it away.
So here's the pitch from Goodis. Hit out there towards right. And that's going to drop. 1 run will score. And that will give Haddon Heights their first lead.
well, Mr. K, you called for it. Go with the pitch, and that's what Turner did right there. Drove the ball to right field. Looked like the right fielder had had trouble picking it up, or K.
Actually, it might
Seeing
have
the
looked
ball
like,
maybe a little bit.
looked like
Got
2
a late
runs, I
jump
think,
on it.
scored, actually.
They did.
Okay.
2 more.
2,
Yeah.
okay. I
Yeah.
missed the other one.
So that makes it 4-2 Haddon Heights. And that's hit out towards left in for a base hit. And Haddon Heights finding their groove here offensively.
This is where the coach, I think, has to come out and talk to his pitcher.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. That was Connor Wilson, the senior, getting the single to left field.
And this is where the coach will come out, and most likely there is a chance this could be it.
Well, nobody's warmed up for them yet. It was kind of unexpected. So I would think you're trying to nurse him through this inning, if not more. Again, we don't know. You never know how many pitchers. They do put a card with it on the lineup card, who's available, who's not. But most likely you don't have a lot of your big guys are not going to be available.
Looks strong starting out this inning. A little confident. We've got the first out, and then give credit to Heights having some really good at bats, and just working a pitcher and getting himself in position to have the lead right now.
So here's Timmy Shell up to the plate. Struck out in his first at bat today, but right now, 6 straight Haddon Heights players have reached base safely in this bottom half of the third. Hit out there towards second, fielded cleanly. The throw to first is in time. And that will end the inning. Haddon Heights comes right back as they now lead it 4-2 as we'll go to the top of the 4th. Hello everyone, welcome back. We are here in the top half of the fourth. Haddon Heights with a 4-2 lead over Rumson-Fairhaven. And an overall explosion of an inning for Haddon Heights in the bottom half of the third, getting 4 runs. Just a big, big inning in this ball game.
Great comeback inning, some really good at-bats, and you could tell they were frustrating. Goodis looked visibly frustrated out there, and that's a real good pitcher with a 1.18 ERA, so it doesn't happen a whole lot to him. So it gives you, tells you a little bit about what Heights was able to do the bottom half of that inning.
So Johnny Bruno sends it foul as he leads it off for Rumson-Fairhaven. Again, we're here in the top half of the fourth. 4-2 Haddon Heights here in this state semifinals matchup. And that's a swing and a miss.
That's a great pitch because it starts on the inner half of the plate. It looks like it's going to be a strike. By the time you swing, it's off the plate and it's on your hands.
Yeah, really dropped too.
Great pitch.
Make that 6 strikeouts for John DiCostanzo. As here's Liam Murphy. That went in there for a strike.
Good job working the inner part of the plate.
Well, that's the challenge again we talked about. The difference between a great pitch and a bad pitch might be 6 inches left to right. A great pitch starts in the middle, goes off the hands. A bad pitch starts at the edge of the plate and goes right to the barrel.
Middle, yeah. And it looks like he works that breaking ball a couple different ways. He'll have it way off the plate where he'll backdoor you. Or like to what you're saying, Mr. K, you have it over the middle of the plate. Looks like it's going to be one down the middle, then it'll come in on the hands.
And you can see right there at home, it's a little harder with the shadows, but the batter is right on top of the plate. And sometimes that can be a little disconcerting as the pitcher, especially if you're trying that curve inside. You feel like you're going to hit him. See where his hands are? And that's close.
So we have a 2-2 count for 3-2 count.
And that was outside.
Liam Murphy.
And a swing and a miss. Another strikeout for DiCostanzo.
He's been impressive.
Spencer
I mean,
Hobson.
he hasn't been super sharp, but, man, I'll tell you what, when he needs to make a pitch, he's making them. It's been impressive his entire career.
So again, Spencer Hobson, the DH, up to the plate.
And I think
Swing
the
and
other
a
thing,
miss.
Tad, is, a lot of pitchers, if you remember back to that inning where you had the 2-run home run, there was an opportunity for more, but at least he stopped the bleeding, refocused, made the pitches he needed to make, and put his team in a position to be able to ultimately come back and go ahead.
And how big was it for the freshman to draw the walk? I mean, he got put in a really difficult situation.
No doubt.
And it's going to happen again. Again, as a batter, you don't like that pitch, but it's going over the plate and cutting into you.
Especially because it looks like most of all these guys are playing basically right on top of it.
That's a good pitch there. Try the fastball inside, thinking that he might be trying to sit on that curve or slider.
That's out towards second, fielded cleanly. Throw to first is in time. That will retire the side. So we'll go to the bottom half of the fourth, 4-2. Haddon Heights on top. Hello everyone, welcome back. We are here in the bottom half of the fourth. Haddon Heights with a 4-2 lead and trying to add on. So Vincent Nasuti leading off for Haddon Heights. John Good is still on the mound here for Rumson-Fairhaven. Did not have a very good last half inning, as you were talking about, Jules. Something he's not very used to seeing.
Yeah, looked kind of, again, strong with the first batter getting the first out. Looked like he was going to feed off that 2-0 lead, but then, I'll say it again, give credit to Haddon Heights, working the at-bats, making him throw pitches and getting him out of his rhythm. And then you saw D. Costanza, after he got the lead, came back, and boy, he looked sharp.
The batter's talking to the umpire right here. He was getting in the box. The pitcher was already throwing it. Like right about here, he started throwing it before he wasn't ready. Now he's ready.
A swing and a miss. The throw to first is in time.
That'll definitely mess up your rhythm if you're a pitcher, or a hitter, I'm sorry. When you look up and here comes the ball.
So Jack Grease will come up to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He's flown out and he's also struck out.
So he's due, I guess, Kevin.
Swings and misses.
Is he our guy with the 50 hits this season? Yep. To give you an idea, in case you're casually following baseball, a benchmark is 100 hits for a career. He's got 50 in one season.
He's a sophomore. Just incredible.
Barring injury, he's going to be there.
Yeah, no doubt. And talk about, he doesn't have any hits today, but helping the team in other ways. Made a real nice play going back and getting an out, I believe, in that second inning. So.
Yeah, when he was backing up towards left field.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of ways you can help your team.
Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
It looks like a couple of the Haddon Heights players being a little more deliberate as the pitcher. See, the pitcher's ready. He wants to go. Going, well, no more here.
Yeah, that went up and in. If you go look at Goody's pattern, you have to think he's going to go low and away here.
Get out there towards straightaway center. Catch is made for the second out.
Well, Grease hit it good, but just right at the center fielder. Not a bad pitcher's pitch. Grease went out and got it.
Hit well, too.
Hit it hard. You can see why he's. That's a mark of a good pitcher. When you go out, or a good hitter, you go out and get a pitcher's pitch and hit it good. Obviously, unfortunately, hit it right to center fielder, but got good wood on the ball or good aluminum on the ball, right, Brian?
Yeah.
Yes.
Something I'm used to hearing. I'm only used to some experience with the aluminum bats or the metal bats.
Yeah, there's a ping, not a crack in the bat.
Here's John D. Costanzo. He's 1 for 2 with the single. So Haddon Heights with a 4-2 lead, trying to add on here in this bottom half of the fourth. That's inside, so that'll walk him.
There's your courtesy runner. And now you got trouble here. This guy coming up can really open this game up. Now, again, if there's 2 outs, you can walk him again.
Yep.
I would.
Yeah, Caden Bodine, he's already been intentionally walked last time.
Now,
agree with 2 outs.
the problem being, though, if the pitcher is not throwing strikes, that becomes problematic. But I would still take my chances with the freshman. This is the kind of play right here. This could decide the game and really, momentum-wise, swinging Heights big time.
Out there off the glove of Goodis, and the throw to first is in time.
So what do we know?
Yeah, well, I guess the decision to pitch to him this time was the right one.
So that will end the inning. We'll go to the top half of the 5th. 4-2 Haddon Heights. Well, everyone, welcome back. We are here in the top half of the 5th. It's Haddon Heights 4 and Rumson-Fairhaven 2, as Aaron Deltin will lead it off here for Rumson-Fairhaven.
The winner of this game by the state website has the championship game Saturday night at Veterans Park in Hamilton, New Jersey.
Not far from here. About the Hamilton, Central Jersey, right? Not the Hamilton down towards the shore.
Yeah, Central Jersey near Trenton.
Trenton, yeah. So about a 45-minute jaunt.
I like the name Veteran Park.
Yep, Veterans Park. Reminds me of a stadium in Philadelphia.
Yeah. We saw a lot of games there.
We did. When I was talking to coaches before the game for Rumson-Fairhaven, they're like, how close are we to Philadelphia? I said, oh, about 10 minutes. He goes, Eagles territory. I go, EAGLES. And they got a good laugh out of that. Because obviously where they are from, they are just south of New York City in New Jersey. Beautiful area. Now, if you're Heights, you're trying to ride this pitcher as long as you can today.
Little update here. Woodstown winning Group 1 game 4-0. And Delsey lost in Group 3. So, Mr. Farr, I guess we're saying that this is the remaining South Jersey team that's still in their group. Cherokee is also. Okay. Okay, Cherokee's 1-1 in their game. Great job by Mr. Farr from our update crew.
Back in the studio.
Oh, Hoff. Okay, we got to give credit to Hoff.
Back in the studio.
Hoff with the assist to Farr. Or Farr with the assist to Hoff, however you want to, I don't know. Yeah.
So there's one out here in the top of the 5th. It's Reese Maroney He'll swing and miss.
But I almost feel like he could tell them that pitch is coming. They're having that much trouble with that pitch. It's pretty impressive.
And he's really looking sharp, and I think feeding off that, his team going ahead. Interesting how different pitchers react in that situation.
Hit out there towards right. Catch is made by Vincent Nasuti.
Nasuti did the right thing there. First, it looked like he didn't pick it up. Took a step back. When you're unsure, take a step back, and realized it was a short fly ball. Recovered, made a nice play.
It's been interesting, too, the differences between the two outfields where they play. Heights tends to play deep on this field. Rumson-Fairhaven tends to play short.
Tallman sends that one out towards left, a base hit.
Tell you what, in the playoffs, Tallman's been the man doing all the damage.
Yeah, certainly doesn't want his team to lose today. Yeah, we saw he's the one that got them on the board with the 2-run home run and really turned on that one out over the plate.
If Rumson-Fairhaven finds a way to win this game, he's got to be player of the game when you're thinking about it right now.
Yeah. And I think, Ted, that shows you the good hitter that he is, whereas a lot of the other guys on that pitch that's eating them up inside are having trouble getting the barrel on it, whereas Tallman, who's got those quick hands, is able to get the barrel out on it and line it to left field.
Yeah, he got his hands through close to his body and was able to extend. And he really hit that one hard. Heights fortunate he didn't get under it.
Here's Brian Doherty. He's singled and flown out in this game. The runner on first with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Haddon Hts with a 4-2 lead.
Doherty coming into this game hitting .438. I believe he's the leading hitter on this. I'm sorry, no, Reese Maroney, .482. So he's the second leading hitter on this Rumson-Fairhaven team. Good pitch there by DeCostanza.
He's either got the fastball away or the slider coming in at the hands here at his disposal.
Out there to third. That's foul.
Like that, he's having a lot of pitches that are going in on the right-hander. That one looked like a 2-seamer that went low and away. And Doherty was topped that. Just pulled to the left side.
So here's the pitch. Popped up. Catch is made to retire the side. So Rumson-Fairhaven not able to cut into this Haddon Hts lead as we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. It's still 4-2. Hello everyone, welcome back.
Okay.
4-2 Haddon Hts as we go to the bottom half of the 5th.
In the other Group 2 semifinal, Ramsey leads Caldwell 3-2 in the third inning, Mr. Farr. After three. So, producers credit to Hoff. So a tight game over there also.
So Nolan Latchell leading off here for Haddon Heights. The freshman walked last time he was up, and ooh.
It's amazing. You thought you'd be sitting here watching this game. Didn't think you'd be playing, and unfortunately had an injury. Just like that, you're playing second base. So I guess it goes to show you, if you're there on the bench, you got to be ready. He's done a nice job, made the plays in the field. Tough one there, but he's had a good at bat prior to this.
So it's a swing and a miss for Latchell. It's the fourth strikeout for John Goodis. He'll now face Drew Costello. Costello swings and misses. Costello hit that game-tying double earlier in this game.
Drew Costello, the left field, or sorry, center fielder?
Left fielder.
Left fielder, okay.
I think you got to come back with that again. That's two bad swings on that same slider away. It's going away again.
A swing and a miss.
Good call there, Mr. K.
I mean, that's a pretty good way of going at it. You see two swings that aren't the greatest in the world, you come back with it.
Here's Jack Turner coming up to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a single.
Turner had that hit the left field last time. Turner, the third baseman.
First pitch fouled away.
Again, Kevin, if you see, look at the outfielders, look at the difference. I talked about the shallowness. I mean, they're a good 10 steps in closer than what the Haddon Heights outfielders are. I'll give you a better shot next inning when you got the Garnets in the outfield. I mean, they are tight.
Just, I guess, a different philosophy. Defense, or do you think the lineup that they're going against has?
I'm sure now it's partially the lineup, but sometimes the theory is if you play on a shorter field to play in more, because if it's over your head, it's either over the fence or it'll stop at the fence.
True.
But as a player, it's easier to come in than it is to go out.
So you'll get to more of the low liners.
This way.
Yeah, this way.
But with that thought, how many we had two that went through right field that fell in front. But with that said, as that's fouled away, it's so hard to play outfield on the opposite side of the batter because the ball hooks so much, and it just doesn't look natural as you're out there trying to field it.
Yeah.
Pull just looks natural if you're playing left field now.
So Turner trying to fight here with 2 outs. Trying to maybe add on to this 4-2 lead. And a swing and a miss. So Goodis strikes out the side as we will now go to the top half of the 6th. 4-2 Haddon Heights on top. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are here in the top of the 6th. Haddon Heights with a 4-2 lead against Rumson-Fairhaven.
And where are we in the lineup exactly?
Matt Rigby, the 4-hole hitter, leading off.
Well,
This is an opportunity.
this is where the Bulldogs need to get something going.
And Goodis, through his ups and downs in this game, really did the job in that last inning to shut Heights down and keep the game close.
Swing and a miss.
And you saw a little enthusiasm as he came off the mound after that last out. He's trying to fire his team up.
Out there to second, fielded cleanly. They throw to first in time.
Nice
And
job
one
by
quick
the
out.
freshman.
Yeah, he's been doing good out there defensively.
Yep.
And that's really all they need from him
Yeah.
is just make the routine play, and he's doing it.
You got to feel pretty good about yourself if you're D. Costanza and you get through this inning as you're heading to the lower part of the order in the last inning.
Yeah, if you get 1, 2, 3 here, you're looking at 7, 8, 9 next inning. A chance to move on to the state championship game.
And Tad, you see the mental part, and we talked about the mental part of the game in play here for both pitchers. They've had their ups and downs, but good pitchers will battle and get themselves back into a rhythm.
Ooh, tough one there.
And that's a tough one there defensively,
I don't think they would have got him anyway.
as Owen Kennedy.
Just hit to the right spot.
Well, sometimes it's the little things that get you in back in the game, and we'll see what the Bulldogs can do from Rumson-Fairhaven.
Here's Johnny Bruno. Again, Haddon Heights with a 4-2 lead here in the top of the 6th. Got a runner on first with one gone.
Tell you what, I'm looking at the second baseman. He's got a long way to run to cover second. If there's a ground ball to third or short, he's way over. It's going to be hard. I guess they got the shortstop taking everything for 2 right now.
Yeah, Bruno, real good hitter. Hit 413, a little bit of pop. He's got a couple home runs.
In a park like this, you're one swing away.
Yep.
Something's going on down the first base line. That's what the ump walked in our picture for. Wow, save foul, tipped it.
Wow. What a pitch, too. Boy, you see him busting up a real good hitter inside.
They're going to appeal this. They might come in and talk. The ump called it right away.
Yeah, I don't think Bruno agrees, but we'll see what happens here.
I don't know how the other guys can help him, Kevin. Yeah, you got to stay with what you call.
He was right there. He had the best look at that, especially knowing whether it was tipped or not.
And now if you're Haddon Heights, you're 4 outs away from a state championship game. But the tying run at the plate, so never easy.
Liam Murphy. He's struck out both times today when he's come up to the plate.
You can't hit that pitch. If you can throw that 2 more times, you just can't hit that pitch. It's a great pitch.
Murphy, a 289 hitter.
Hit out to right. He'll find it in the sun and make the catch to retire the side. So we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. 4-2, Haddon Heights on top. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are here in the bottom half of the 6th. Haddon Heights with a 4-2 lead against Rumson-Fairhaven.
Boy, guys, it's looking good for Heights. You know, you're looking at a pitcher, D. Costanza, who really has gotten into a rhythm and pretty much shut down Rumson-Fairhaven for the last couple innings. And now you're looking at a top of the 7th when they get to it, where he'll be going against the 7, 8, 9 hitters. So it's, it's there for the taking, no doubt. And I'm sure they wouldn't mind getting some insurance here.
Sent out there to third.
But to Goodis' credit, he's settled down and thrown really well. And Mr. K, you were saying how he was kind of fired up at the end of that last inning.
Yeah,
Really
he's ready to go. He's letting them fly. I mean, he's doing a good job keeping his team in it. And again, at this field, you get a base runner on, you are right in this game. Nice pitch.
So Connor Wilson takes a strike in there. It's 0-2. And a swing and a miss struck him out.
Yeah, and that's that pitch going away, the breaking ball that he's had a lot of success with against these Haddon Heights hitters in the last couple of innings.
Yeah, that's tough. Looks like it's coming right down the middle, right off the edge of the plate. Well done.
It's 4 straight strikeouts for John Goodis.
And that's the pitch that I think when he wasn't going well, it was getting too much of the plate, didn't have the movement. Didn't have the
Guys,
location.
something's going on here. They're pointing down the first base line at something. Again, we're in center field, so all right, now the home plate ump's going to call in the other umpires.
And we just got an update. Ramsey now added another run, is leading Caldwell 4-2.
It's going to be interesting to see what they call here, Kevin.
Going on here.
The coach came out, he was pointing towards, I don't know if he's pointing towards first base. Now the officials are in. Again, we're, what, 300 some feet
Tough to
away.
tell.
Yeah, I don't have a guess. Now, what are we looking at? I don't know what's going on here. We'll see as we try to talk through this with the music going here. Coach is still.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they could have called there. First, I was thinking like a lineup issue, but didn't look like it. So I'm not sure.
The umps say let's go, so we'll go.
Timmy Shell up to the plate. First pitch fouled away.
He made a big play in that game at Cedar Creek to block a ball down the first base line. Could have been big trouble if it got by him.
Yeah, even this game, that one, the throw that was a little high, wasn't able to get with his foot on the bag. Was able to keep it from running on right field lines. He gets a single right there. That's a big hit by Tim Shell to possibly get Haddon Heights some insurance here, some extra insurance.
So Vincent Nasuti will come up to the plate. Got a runner on with a man out.
Well, you got some options here, depending what you want to do with Shell. You'd love to try and literally steal a run if you can here with one out here in the 6th and up by 2.
Nasuti at the plate with a .250 average. So he takes a strike.
Nasuti, the right fielder, doing a fine job out there today.
Takes a strike.
Yeah, Goodis has really got his command down here at this point.
If I'm batting here, I'm looking for that slider going away, trying to take it to right field.
There it is.
Swing and a miss.
Good call again there, Mr. K. Obviously with the drop, there's no advancing since there's a runner at first. Well, what do you think, Mr. K? Do you steal?
Again, I don't know how quick he's considered here. I mean, it's worth a shot to try and get yourself an insurance run if you think he's got any kind of steal ability.
And especially if this bat goes down with the hitter, maybe. Whoop,
almost.
Hit.
Almost.
Shell does not have any stolen bases this year. So.
Well, that answered that. He's not going. Jake Grease. Well, the other thing, if you got Grace up here, Kevin, and he's had the hitting year he had,
Yeah.
you don't want to take him off the bases, you know, with the steal.
Yeah, it doesn't have a hit today, but it hit the ball really hard the last time, and it was a real impressive at bat. Hit hard right at the center fielder off a pitch low and away. Just tells you the type of hitter he is.
He doesn't seem overmatched. It seems like
No.
he can hang like with the slider there.
Yeah, you didn't see him off bounce swinging at that. He just kind of knew he was found that off just to keep himself going here.
This is where maybe you try a fastball inside off the plate, maybe. That looks like slider. Nope, fast away.
Reese definitely chokes up more than you see. A lot of old-time guys like to see that.
When I see that, Kevin, that's where I'm looking to go inside on. Like really inside. Like that.
And a called strike 3. That will end the inning, so we will go to the top of the 7th. We'll see if Haddon Heights can move on and take down Rumson-Fairhaven. Just 3 outs away. We'll be back right after this. 11, welcome back. We are here in the top half of the 7th. Haddon Heights with a 4-2 lead. Just 3 outs away from moving on.
And we're going to have a pitching change here.
Timmy
Shell
Shell
coming in from first base to close this one out.
3 of the biggest outs of his pitching career. With the 2-run lead.
Woodstown. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Woodstown beat Point Pleasantboro 4-0, and Cherokee and Howe are 1-1, headed to the 7th inning. So that's a nail biter there in Group 4.
And I think if you're Rumson-Fairhaven here, you might be a little encouraged that you don't have to see the starting pitcher. And that's not a slight against our pitcher here. It's just sometimes a change changes the entire game and the way it goes.
Shell's had a real nice year in his own right, pitching 19 innings, got a 0.72 ERA, so he's definitely their guy to close the game out. And probably a guy's going to throw you a lot of strikes. Has only had 7 balls, or 7 walks the whole year.
And if you're a Haddon Heights fan and they do get the 3 outs, hope you hang with this. Mr. Schulz will be out in center field. We'll have a post-game show for you. Get a chance to talk to our coach and some of the players of the game if they can hold on and go to the state championship game, which we mentioned is going to be Saturday night at Veterans Park in Hamilton, New Jersey, outside of Trenton. There's our center fielder. Give him a little TV time. We got to know him pretty up and close and personal that one inning on the home run.
We were worried about you, Mr. K. We thought you were going to
I had the
take
shot
one in
and
the
was
head.
ducking my head. It was close. Well,
We didn't want to send you to the hospital, Kay.
we didn't need that. 3 outs for Heights to go to a state championship game.
Spencer Hobson leading off. So he'll face Timmy Shell on the mound. That first pitch gets away.
If I remember correctly, he's a pretty good curveball. He might have started with the curveball there.
Yeah.
There's that curve.
That's in there for a strike. Beautiful curve.
And really
Shell.
located it nice in the outer lower part, low and away.
That one fouled away.
Well, if Rumson-Fairhaven haven't figured it out yet, he's a curveball pitcher.
job staying alive there.
Here's the pitch. Oh.
Shell has 17 strikeouts in 19 innings of work.
So here's the pitch.
Ooh.
And that's going to hit him right in the back. And the tying run coming up to the plate.
And didn't really try to get out of the way, but didn't, I guess the fact that he didn't lean into it, yeah, it's nothing that'll be an issue.
Just turned his back, and it was right. I mean, as soon as he let it go, Kev, I could tell that was right at him.
It definitely wasn't trying to hit him with a breaking ball.
Here's Aaron Delton. Takes a strike.
A little bit of a late call there.
Yeah.
It was a slight breeze blowing to center field.
Here's the 0-1. Out there to third, that'll go foul.
You would expect with a curveball pitcher, the third baseman and the shortstop are going to be busy.
Yeah.
But again, this is an all dirt, very quick surface.
You said they're used to a turf field?
Yeah, Rumson-Fairhaven this year is all turf, their field. Haddon Hts 3 outs away from going to a state championship game.
Got a runner at first. Here's the pitch. And did he swing? Yes, he did. And Delton doesn't like that.
But that's a good 2-strike pitch there, low and away. Great job by Timmy Shell locating that.
It's a great job by the coach to come out here right now to figure out what they're going to do. This is a key batter with the tying run at the plate here. Have a plan.
Reese Maroney. He's 1 for 3 with a single and 2 flyouts.
Now this is your best hitter on the team right now they're going against.
Kevin, if I'm him, I'm sitting on a curve and hoping he hangs me one.
Reese Maroney coming in at 482.
Homers wise, what's he got?
And has no home runs, but he's got a share 4 doubles.
He would have the moment of his life if he was able to tie this one up.
I think
first one's in the dirt.
You got to be careful. You don't want to give him anything good.
I agree. That's a good first pitch to Maroney low and away because he's the kid. If you get a kid like him or Talman, we saw what happened with Talman. You get too much of the plate with these kids, you can really pay for it in a hurry.
And a nice breaking ball there in for a strike.
And that caught the inner part of the plate, which is good. You don't want to get that out over the plate. That's a great location there by Shell.
Swing and a miss.
I think you can go in the PA system and say, guys, here comes the curveball.
Yep.
Got to hit it.
Again, runner on first, 1 gone. Maroney with 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Hit out there to short. Bobble, throw to second in time, and there's going to be no throw to first. So they'll get the out at second.
How about it for the freshman, able to hold on? Good throw by the shortstop.
Yeah, he's had a real nice, both those guys in the middle infield.
And
done a real nice job today.
And knowing that there was no play, didn't wildly try to throw the ball and do a play that wasn't there. That was very well done, not only by the shortstop, but the second baseman. And now Hts is down to their last out to get them to the state championship game.
So Charlie Tallman, the one who hit the 2-run home run earlier, is the last chance. That's out there towards second. And he's got it. Haddon Hts is moving on. The freshman makes the last out. 4-2 the final score here at Haddon Hts.
Well, just a great job by Haddon Heights after getting down 2-0, fighting their way back, having a big inning, getting the 4 runs, and De Costanza, an outstanding job on the mound, fighting, battling through things, and Timmy Shell really doing a good job closing things out and getting a couple of really tough hitters out here.
We'll stay here for another minute or two. Again, we're going to have the post-game shows. Kevin Schulz will be bringing some of our players and our coach out to center field here. We'll be talking to them. But Haddon Heights with a big come-from-behind win. They were down 2-0. They win the game, and they will be playing for a state championship Saturday night, Veterans Park in Hamilton, New Jersey.
I mean, what a game. Haddon Heights able to get the 4-2 win again after being down 2-0. Overall, a terrific game, both pitching and hitting-wise.
They did it all today. Made some very nice defensive plays. And you lose Harris, and you think things could cave in quickly, but they didn't. The freshman stepped up, made some nice plays, kept them in the game. Congratulations to the Garnets. Couldn't be happier for a great bunch of coaches, great young men out there as they are going to advance on. As you see them congratulating one another right now.
All right, so we will be right back with the post-game show just after this.
Check test 1, 2, 3. Check test. All right, you can bring it back down again. You can slide it down.
And we're back here with the victorious Haddon Heights Garnets baseball team. We're first going to talk to Nolan Lachow. Boy, what went through your mind when you got called to come into this game?
I mean, I've always been told my whole life to be ready for any situation. Like, obviously, I didn't expect to be playing. I was supposed to pinch run all game, but I was ready and we won. So I did anything for the team, and just we won. Like, it's just crazy.
And being called on in that situation, you had to be nervous. Was there a point where you started to feel comfortable? Was it the first at bat you had where you drew the walk, or the first play in the field? Where did you start to develop a comfort zone?
I mean, I've always been a good fielder. Like, that's been my primary thing most of my career, like, as a kid and stuff. But, like, when I got in the box, it was my first ever at bat for varsity in my whole career. So it was kind of crazy. I was a little nervous, but once I, like, saw a few pitches, I was ready to go. I mean, this is just crazy. I'm in loss of words at this point. Like,
It seems like, just talking to people, there's some good leaders on this team. Were there things other players said to you? Did anybody say anything particular that calmed you down?
they were all just telling me to stay focused. Like, the whole team was just on me, like, on my back, just telling me what to do.
Well, it definitely worked, and you did a great job. And get some rest, enjoy this one, and best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks for coming on with us, Nolan. All right, guys, who's next? Caden Bodine. Boy, we were impressed watching you. We've been impressed watching you. We're the Sterling guys. Beat up on us for a while, and definitely a talent here in South Jersey. Talk about, obviously, you're the leader of this team. What this team was able to do today.
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, we all picked each other up for everything all season and today. So we stuck with it and we came out on top.
Were you surprised when they put you on first? Is that something that's been happening this year? Or?
I mean, it's happened a couple times, but I mean, it is what it is. You got to take the bag, and teammates will pick you up. So.
What do you think the key was? Obviously, you're catching John D. Costanza. We're going to talk to him. Struggled a little bit early. What do you think his key was to fighting through this and ultimately pitching the game that he did?
Just finding a rhythm. He's a big rhythm guy, and I think after the first couple innings, he really settled in and got us a quick 1-2-3 inning a couple times. So.
Was there anything that you said to him throughout the game that maybe helped him a little bit, or you guys just kind of know each other at this point?
We know each other, and he knows how to pick himself up, and he's a smart kid, so he knows what to do.
No doubt about it. Talk about that fourth inning where you guys, or the inning where you got all the runs. What was said prior to that inning? Was there any different approach you guys had at the plate, or what was going on there?
Same approach, honestly. Just hit the ball hard, put the ball in play, and good things happen.
Does that really go back to treating this game like any other game? Do what you've done to get yourself to this point?
Yeah, definitely routine. We do pretty much same stuff in practice, just get work done and figure it out.
You got to be proud of this team, especially the young guy we talked to here pitching in. Is that a big part? Obviously, you're the star of this team. Is that a big part of the team getting here, everybody chipping in?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, he had a great walk that one inning, and he made quite a few plays today that really helped us out.
Okay, now, outstanding job today. We're looking forward to seeing you on Saturday,
Thank you.
championship.
See you
Okay,
then.
thanks, pal. And we go to Tim Shell.
How you doing?
Good, real good. And I'm sure you're doing great. I don't have to ask how you're doing.
Top of the world.
Yeah, yeah. Were you surprised when you got the call to come in that last inning?
No, because the guy we've been riding as our closer pitched in the championship game, so I knew I was first in relief today, and I knew Johnny was going to pitch a gem, and I knew I just had to come in and finish it out.
And you in your own right have done pretty good. Look at your stats. 19 innings, 0.72 ERA. What was your mindset in attacking the hitters in that last inning?
The same thing that's been in my mind all year. I just got to sit down and finish. That's all you got to do. If you attack the hitter, get that first pitch strike, and I rely heavily on my slider, everything will work out, especially when you got a really good catcher behind the plate. So just trust my stuff, and it works out for me.
And again, as a senior, we talked to Caden about what this team's been able to do. Talk about just the mindset of this team, where it seems like, in talking to people, that everybody's contributed along the way.
Yeah, I really feel like we've been like that way all season. I mean, we're not top 10 in the state, but we play like we're number one. in my opinion. I feel like we got the best group of guys in New Jersey, and I don't think anything can go wrong if we just keep on working together. Whole team game, no matter what, just stay together.
You know, it's funny you say that, and in talking to teams when they're on runs, they point back to chemistry. I'm sure you have familiarity with these guys, especially the seniors, for a long time. Does that play a big part in what you guys have been able to do?
Oh, huge. We started way back in September lifting together, just getting to know the team, becoming brothers. And I really feel like throughout the whole school year, we've grown more and more, and I feel like it's been showing.
Definitely showed today, and hopefully it'll show on Saturday. Tim, hey, great job closing out. Yep, thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Have a good one.
And we have John DeCostanza here. What a job, pal.
Thank you.
And you know we remarked about, and two good pitchers battling out on both teams, but your composure, your ability after they got the 2 runs to just keep battling. Has that always been your mindset and your approach out there?
Yeah, just been a so what mindset. Like, he got a good piece on a good pitch, you know, so what? Let's attack the next guy, get the next guy. Who cares?
Yeah. And now, was there anything in particular, like when you get in that situation, to get into a rhythm? Is there anything you do in particular? Walk off the mound, kind of think about things, or what do you do to get yourself right in the right direction?
Just take a couple deep breaths, you know, reset, just focus on the next pitch, just forget about the last one because you can't do anything about it now. You got to focus on making a good next pitch and putting yourself in a position to win.
And this team's had its ups and downs. You know, had a good solid year and didn't win the conference, but I think I'm bringing that up because it's impressive what you guys have been able to do. Did you see this in this team, this ability to do what they're doing right now?
Yeah, definitely. We've been putting in the work since September, and everybody wants to be here. Everybody's working hard. You know, we feel like we have a great group of guys, and we knew we were going to be in a spot to be at this position. We just got to keep working at it, and here we are.
And it's the ability not to get down, and we saw it. It was on display, down 2-0 against a very good team, real good team. Is that something you've seen all year? You guys just battle no matter what the situation?
Yeah, it dates back to our first game. We were at a good Pennsville team, and we went down 3-0 to start the game, but we kept battling back, and we ended up winning that game. And I feel like that was probably the best way the season could have started because it showed all of us, you know, we can come back from being down 2-3 runs. We can make a good comeback. We can fight, and we can go win ball games even when we're down.
No doubt about it, and you definitely did that today. John, great job.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming on with us. Hey, best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.
And we have Eric Newell. We don't want to take you away from Mark.
All right, yeah.
Another happy guy here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, you've got to be really excited. Not only that your team won, but the way they won the game. Talk about that.
Yeah, well, we've been battling all playoffs for sure. You know, no easy games, and you know, last 2 games came from behind, and they do. I mean, they don't get too up, they don't get too down. They just kind of keep keep an even keel and play the game. That's very helpful in baseball. You know, football you can get all hyped up and wrestling and things like that, and it might help you, but it doesn't really help you in baseball. You know, if you get overly emotional, and these guys do a great job of kind of keep their emotions in check and just getting on to the next pitch, good, bad, or indifferent, get on to the next pitch.
Did that mindset help a freshman coming in to no bigger situation? We just found out this was his first at bat.
Yeah.
To be able to just blend right in is that mindset you talked about, which carried over to him having the success that he had in the field and with that at bat.
For sure, yeah. He's a competitor, and I kind of, when he was at third base, I was like, "You're not really nervous, are you?" And he was like, "Not really." You know, he's like, I was like a little bit, but I feel pretty good at just playing baseball. You know, we try to talk about these guys all the time and play fearless. You know, it's just a game. You know, we're out here playing ball, and it's not the end of the world. And I think that helps him kind of move on. And you know, that showed a lot from the team too, losing Harris like that. I mean, he's our 4-hitter. He's our second baseman. He's done a lot for us all year, and for him to go out like that and then have a guy like Nolan to step in, that's just huge. And the guys didn't miss a beat, and they rallied behind him, and it was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, and I can tell by the way you're talking that I would assume you really rely on the leadership of this team, and talk about that has played a part in this run.
Yeah, for sure. Our seniors especially do a great job, and we worked on that like right from the beginning of the season and making sure that everybody understands what's expected of them and how things should be done, and they do a great job, kind of like extension of the coaches getting that done. And those guys are all themselves. They handle their emotions well, and that's really important. And when the younger guys can see the older guys doing that, that benefits the whole team.
That's when you establish a good culture, a good tradition.
Yeah, that's it, absolutely. So we're trying to, this is the first time we've been to the state championship, so it'd be really cool to be able to bring one home. I'm an alumni. Like, a ton of my buddies came that were alumni. My dad's played, my uncle, my brothers. And it's
Your life.
pretty cool. Yeah, I grew up watching Heights games and all, so it'd be really cool to be able to bring that one home, and that's been my goal since I took over to hopefully bring that championship home.
Well, go home tonight, enjoy it, and go make some history on Saturday.
I appreciate it.
All right,
Thank you
Coach.
very much.
Thanks for coming on with us.
Thank you.
Okay. So just an outstanding job by Haddon Heights getting down 2-0 against a very good team, a very good pitcher, but found a way to claw it out and get a big win going to a state championship game. Just has been an incredible run. A lot of fun for us coming out here doing this game. And hopefully, luckily, Mr. K was able to dodge the home run out there in center field. So for Mr. K, for Brian McLaren, I'm Kevin Schultz. We'll see you next time on Channel 19.